So I went from 5 kids, which was very overwhelming, to 11 kids, which was extremely overwhelming, and it's fine. We survived. My name is Aubree Bozen, and my husband, Matt, and I live in Pleasant View, Utah. When I was 21, I started having this reoccurring dream of twins, and I just knew that 2 babies were coming. But when I went to my first ultrasound, there was only 1 baby, and it was my little girl. And she was perfect and beautiful and everything we hoped for, but I couldn't let this feeling in the back of my mind that something was missing. I couldn't figure out where this little boy was because he was so real to me. I could see his face, I could see his curls, and I knew that he was out there. One day I was sitting in church and my phone went off. I jumped up, answered the phone, and it was a lawyer, and he said, "Hi, I saw your profile. I am with a woman right now in the hospital. She's dilated to a 7 and she wants you to adopt her baby." And I was like, "Oh, yes." Little did I know that this little boy would make my family grow not just by 1, but by many. I had 4 kids at this time. I was very overwhelmed. I felt very done. I got a message from Tice's biological mom asking if we would be interested in adopting another baby. Initially, I was like, 5 kids, that feels like a lot. And I brought it up to Matt, and he's like, "No." And I'm like, "But Matt, would we regret more saying no or saying yes? Because I know that if we say yes and be willing to open ourselves up, I don't think we're gonna have regrets after that." And he's like, "You're right." Guess what?
What?
We're gonna have another brother!
Yay!
In the Marshallese culture, they believe that adoption means that you're creating a bigger family, and that's what it's been for us. They asked if I would help them start a new life. I, without thinking twice, told them 100%. And I brought their birth mom and her 6 kids back to live with us. So I went from 5 kids, which was very overwhelming, to 11 kids, which was extremely overwhelming. It was truly the most humbling, emotional experience of my life because I couldn't do that by myself. No part of me could do that by myself. The week everyone came, my baby Tobin got RSV. And so I ended up in the hospital with him. And I was overwhelmed. I hadn't done any Christmas shopping, and now I had 11 kids to get Christmas for. My husband, Matt, decided to go to Minky Couture, and he had, I don't know how many kids with him, at least 7 of them. And the employee there was just kind of like, "What is happening?" He started talking to her a little bit and told him what was going on, and she said, "Well, I'd like to help you with Christmas." And I want to start crying because this was a big deal to me. She let the kids each pick out a pillowcase, so 11 pillowcases, and then she told my husband to pick out a blanket for me, and I couldn't believe it because this is a luxury item to me, and to have someone gift those to us felt huge. And it relieved so much stress that I had trying to prepare Christmas for 11 kids. I am so honored to be a recipient of the love that Minky Couture could give. It's more than just a blanket. It symbolizes love, and it symbolizes togetherness and that village that I needed. Minky has such a sentimental value to each of my kids that I have no doubt their Minky blankets are going to continue on with them through college, through whatnot. They will have these forever. I hope that our story can be the turning point for somebody to understand that they are valued and loved, and to open yourself up to being part of someone's story. That's what Minky did for us. They allowed themselves to be a part of our story and to make our lives better in a small gesture that felt ginormous. It's not always possible to stick to a set plan but maybe have a plan and be willing to veer off of it because something better might be just around the corner. And I'm so grateful that I veered a little bit and then veered a lot.